What is up, guys? Hfmasters here, and today we are back with another LEGO Ninjago 2020 set review, and this time it is on Jay's Cyber Dragon. Now this set will retail for $50 in the United States. It comes with 518 pieces and 5 minifigures. On the front of the box it shows off the Cyber Dragon, and as usual, on the back of the box it shows off all the features we will be going over in this review. Let's open this bad boy up. And here is Jay's Cyber Dragon, fully built up, fully complete, and I've got to say, this set looks a lot better in person, and I'm really a lot more happy with what I have here in front of you. So first of all, there are a couple stickers here. We do have some on the neck, there are some on the legs, and there are some on the jets slash wings. I'll talk about those jet wings later. The stickers are okay. You definitely don't need to apply them. I am okay with them. I like them a little bit, but if you don't want the stickers there, it's not going to deteriorate from the set at all. Now, let's talk about the head here for a moment, because this was the kind of big deal with this set. I know a lot of people did not like the head, and mainly it's because, well, you look at the eyes and they feel very small, and the reason for that is because they've used this R2-D2 piece, and it covers basically most of the eyes. It kind of makes that presence of that eyepiece just completely gone. A lot of blue covering up. It's very bulky over there, and so it makes the eyes very unseen. However, it's in person, you can definitely see them a lot better than in official images. Now the other thing with the head is you do have a couple articulation points. You do have the jaw. I like this quite a bit. I really like the teeth. They used these knife pieces. That is very, very nice. I'm quite a fan of that. And there is, of course, articulation. You can move it up, you can move it down, and you can, well, do that, I guess. There is no side-to-side articulation, which is a knock on this, but you can get some side articulation, at least a little bit, with some interesting choices, especially with the neck here. And the neck is very simple. Again, up and down articulation. You've got the same rotating articulation, but again, no left or right, which you can get some interesting looks with that. However, for most people, I think that is going to be a knock on this set. Now, looking at the body, this is where basically almost all of the bulk and the $50 aspect of the set kind of comes in, because this is a heavy body. Not only is it heavy, but both sides of it are heavy, and it's got, well, the spring fired right there, but it's got some waist articulation, and unlike basically any other dragon, especially the Green Ninja Mech Dragon, it's just, it really shows how bulky this is, and I am okay with this bulkiness, especially because this is $50. However, I would have preferred if it was longer instead of more bulky. Lastly, on this body area, we do have, of course, where two ninja can actually sit. There is a mainframe here, nice little thing, and then they have this basically controller. I'm not actually sure what you would call that piece. It's just a controller, but yeah, it's there, so that's cool. And then there is an axle which fires off spring-loaded shooters. Now the tail for the Cyber Dragon is okay, and it is a simple tail, don't get me wrong, and for any normal dragon, I'd be okay with this. You know, it doesn't have that swivel function that they've done, but there are these mixel ball joints, so you can get a lot of interesting, unique combinations with this. However, because the body is so bulky, When you get here, it feels just very small. And they did try with making this a little bit larger, making this a little smaller, then moving into this very thin tail area. But because the body is just so bulky, the tail just feels small, even though in reality, this is not that small of a tail. Looking at these wings, originally coming into this set, this was the huge knock. I was not a fan of the fact that, well, it was both jets and wings. However, in person, I like this a lot more. Each wing does have their own individual stickers, and there's a lot of just articulation you can get out of here. These move pretty well. They are a little bit restricted because of just how close they are to the legs, but the jets, they move fine. You get a good enough range. And not only that, but the second wing actually can move a little bit here. So you can have something like this, or if you want, you could have something like that. You can have it in between. There's a lot of different things you can have going on with these wings. There's a lot of nice dynamic poses you can get out of these. I'm actually very impressed with the wings, and I just like them a lot more than what I thought I would. The front legs are very simple. You do have a good amount of articulation here. Not much, but it's enough for a dragon. And then, of course, the feet. Very simple. You do have some articulation here, and you have some articulation with the toes. These feet are brick built, and I really like them. However, it's clear that they discontinued that old Hero Factory Beast foot piece, because that's basically what this is imitating. However, I like this a lot. I like what they've done here. Now for the back legs, again, they're basically the same thing, with the exception of the feet do have a little bit different articulation. This is side to side instead of more of an up down. And there are two different stickers on the back, unlike the front where there were no stickers. Overall, for a dragon, very simple legs, but they do the trick. There are 5 minifigures in this set, being Digi-J, Digi-Nia, Unagami, Hausner, and Richie. Now, Digi-Nia is actually exclusive to this set, so if you want to get Nia, you've got to get this set. Overall, though, I like these minifigures. None of them are actually really too interesting. You can get them in cheaper sets, with the exception of Nia. Now, they're all okay. Their weapons are fine. Of course, just like almost all of the minifigures, they have the health bar because they are simulating a video game environment. At least what I believe, that's what is happening in this wave. Also, a lot of them have the extra swords. They've all got back printing. Most of them have the double side faces. However, Hausner and Richie actually have those molded faces, which are basically the same with the exception of the colors. Overall, I like the minifigures. Again, they're not really anything special. If there's any specific one that you want to get, with the exception of Nia, you can get it in a cheaper set. But they're nice minifigures, and it's a good selection here. Here are the 3 accessories. You have basically hoverboards for Richie and Hausner, and then you have the green Kitana. Now, the one interesting thing is that the hoverboard for Richie actually has stud shooters. So, that's cool. Otherwise, though, not really interesting. Overall, the Cyber Dragon is a very solid set. However, there is one major flaw with it, and it's the fact that it's $50. Now, the thing is that since this set is so bulky, that's where the piece count goes, and because of that, it still feels small, especially because most of the $50 sets we have are more focused on length instead of bulkiness. And so when you're paying $50 for this set, it does not feel like a $50 dragon. That's just my opinion, and so personally, if I were you, I would actually hold off on this set until it's $40. $40 seems like the right price point for me. Then I'd recommend, if you can get this for $40, you should buy it. I like all the minifigures, and I think the dragon is actually much better than I expected. It definitely exceeded my expectations, and some of the knocks I had on it in my original reaction with the official images, those have been changed with this actually in person. Overall, I like this set, however, I'm not a fan of the price. And with that said, this is Hfmasters saying goodbye.